Baby Keem's album Casino, right? Oh my goodness. I think I put a post up on Twitter and I was like, shout out to Baby Keem, right? You are the culture. And I said something like, um, if we're looking for the innovators, right, we got to allow them to elevate and move in. You know, y'all got to allow them to come in and continue to help carry the culture. And I do believe Baby Keem, LaRussell, and a lot of these other people that I heard this week on this freestyle, I think it's on the radar freestyle. A lot of those guys, it was a guy out of New Orleans, crazy, right? I feel like the underground, right, is coming on top, right? So it's time for us to nurture these new artists that's coming up and who can carry the culture. But anyway, let me get back to Baby Keem because I got 20 minutes, so I got to stay focused. Baby Keem, right? Casino, great album. When I listened to the album, shout out to Baby Keem, Kendrick Lamar, PG Lane, all of those people over there coming out of the house of Kendrick, right? The house of Kendrick. When I listened to Baby Keem's album, The Casino, right? Casino, it reminded me of a story from the youth. A lot of people always keep saying, what's wrong with them? Why they acting the way they act? What's the problem? Listening to this album gave me a little insight of how the youth are talking and speaking concerning their life. When you hear this album, the young guy took you deep into a place of behind the scenes in his life. And I know this is his second album, but to me, I feel like this is his first. This is his introduction to the world, to the hip hop world, to the people who do not know him. So it took you behind the scenes of who this young man and what he goes through being a 25-year-old, right? Neglect, right? One thing that hit me in one of the songs, I think one of my favorite songs is I'm Not a Lyricist, right? He talked about I'm not a lyricist, I'm just here to tell my story, right? So you asking what's going on with the youth, this is a start. This is where you can hear to the people who's listening to me. You want to know what's going on with the youth? Listen to this album because it shows you the disappointment and family members and hurt from loved ones that maybe gave him a view on life, right? I loved it. I think I said what I took away from the young man's album is the youth. He talked about hardship, mother, uncle wanting to be the savior. Isn't that in our culture anyway? A lot of us want to save our people. We want to save our family members. But I'm gonna be honest, it's not up to us to do that. But that's a big responsibility that a lot of us go through in this culture. Being black in America, we want to save and protect people. He talked about his uncle, his uncle's drug abuse and how the resources didn't come fast enough, so he couldn't save him. But you can't. But this is what our youth and the young people go through. You never understand when they sit in them rooms by themselves, this is what they go through. It's a lot on them, and we as adults sometimes, parents, don't realize, even though we don't mean to put our issues on our children, but automatically our children pick up those issues. So man, listening to this album helped me see a view of how our young people are picking up our issues, our hurt and our pain, and they trying to figure out how to deal with that mentally, physically, right? So that's crazy.